Hello, YouTube. All right, so let's talk about your first day of work. When I arrived in Japan, my confidence was soaring. I was nervous, but I did not have any problems going into a classroom of 40 students and doing what I had to do. And what you're going to have to do is self-introductions, a lot of them. So you're going to have, depending on your placement, a different number of schools. Some ALTs have 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 2. And the first thing you're going to notice is that the level of English at each one of your schools is going to differ vastly, actually. In my case, my base school is a high level school, and my Friday school is a mid to low level school in terms of English. So you're going to be doing introductions. So definitely bring pictures of your family, pictures of you doing stuff, where you're from. You're going to want to tell the students all that kind of thing. Prepare a PowerPoint if you want, but be warned that some schools may not have the equipment to present a PowerPoint to the students, like a projector. But it still can be helpful. But you definitely should have pictures because you can print those out, and you should have some kind of introduction. And depending on the level of your school, you're going to have to edit that intro to make them understand. So with my high-level students, I can say a lot of things. Maybe I will have to say things a little bit slower or choose not to use long words. But for the most part, it's not that big of a problem. For my lower level school, I have to really simplify it, and we have to go at a snail's pace until they get it and just go over like big points, overview. So another thing is that you're not going to be making lesson plans per se when you start. The teachers are going to be in charge, even though in my case, because I was super confident, I kind of took charge of the classroom, and they like that. Some teachers like that, and some teachers prefer that you let them lead. And that's another thing that you're going to learn, is that you're not just getting to know the students. You're getting to know the teachers. That's an important point, because as you will see, your responsibilities in the classroom, and this is another video, but your responsibilities in the classroom are going to differ vastly depending on the teacher that you're going to be teaching with. So that's what you really want to be paying attention to. You want to be paying attention to their teaching style, what they like to do, how much they want you to do. There are classes where I am a tape recorder. There are classes where they use me well, where it's 50-50, I would say. And there are classes where the teacher will say good morning and sit in the back, and it's my classroom. So that's something you're going to want to be paying attention to that I wish somebody had told me. You're going to want to be paying attention to what you think the teachers expect of you and how they teach, because you want to find a good match with those teachers. But of course, you're also going to be getting to know the students. So put on a smile, and it's not hard to do because the students will be super excited to see a foreigner. And then for like 2 months, every time you walk down the hallway, it's going to be like, like whispers. So you're going to be getting to know people, introducing yourselves for a long time. When you eventually do make lesson plans, it'll start slow. A teacher might ask you to, hey, can you think of an idea off of this lesson in the textbook? And it's not that hard. After a year, they'll lay on more responsibility, and so you don't have to worry too much about jumping full speed into things. A good piece of advice is establish your routine early on. So what I mean by that is that you don't want to you don't want to be working for 6 months and then all of a sudden they see you on Facebook or something like that, right? If you're going to be on Facebook, establish that you're going to be on Facebook early on. Be responsible. Don't show up late to class. Make your lesson plans. So show that your priorities are in place, right? Which your priorities should be having a good lesson every time. And make sure that they know that you're willing to work. So if they say, hey, can you do this? Don't say, oh, I don't really want to do that, or I'm kind of busy, and I'll say, hell yes, I can do that. No problem. Give it to me now and do it. And if you have free time, which will happen, you're gonna have free time sometimes. Either the students are busy, like today, or there's just no lessons in the day and you're done lesson planning. You can read a book. You can, depending on your school, you can do different kinds of things. For me, I'll read books. I will go on Facebook, they'll see it, but you own up to it. Don't do it like you're hiding something. And maybe the best policy is, if you're not sure, do it. And if it's terrible, they'll ask you to stop. Like when I got here, I asked a teacher if I could use the school computer every time I wanted to use it. And they would always say yes. But now I just use the school computer if I need to use the school computer to print things or to do any kind of research. So it's little things like that. Of course, don't be disrespectful, right? Don't show up and have the music blaring on your computer and not in the right dress code and things like that. Be respectful. There's a line you're going to have to find, and it's going to depend on you knowing what your teachers expect of you, which is why you need to learn how they teach. The other thing is, and I wish somebody had encouraged me to do more of this, and I do it now, but you're going to make mistakes. You are. I mean, if you're worried about having a class that doesn't go that well, don't. It's going to happen. It just is. But when you make mistakes, make them confidently and make them proudly, and own up to your mistakes. Mistakes are stepping stones, and you need them to get across to the students, that you want the students to see you not afraid to make mistakes. If there's a moment in the class where you don't have an idea of what to do, it's okay to tell the students, okay, students, let me think about what we should do next for 1 second. Talk to your neighbors about something. And, just be honest with them. They respect that. Maybe the one other thing is that you should be aware of, so the dress code is formal attire, right? But there are teachers that will show up in sweatshorts and kind of like gym clothes. So I would say start strong. You just show up in a tie and everything. But depending on how you feel at your school, you can just down a little bit eventually. Like today, I don't have a tie. Top button is unbuttoned. I've got my jacket. I've got some khaki pants. And there are teachers that will wear a jacket, a vest, a button-up shirt all the way, and a tie, and like every day. And today, there are teachers that are in like running clothes. I mean, to be fair, they are the gym teachers, but they don't always dress that way. And depending on the time of the year and whatever is happening on that day, teachers will dress differently. So your dress code should still be professional, but it doesn't have to be super, super, super formal all the time. And that's the bell. That means I'm going home. All right, so next time I'll talk about your responsibilities in the classroom and team teaching with your Japanese teachers. And that's another really interesting topic because the way the class goes depends a lot on the relationship between you and the main teacher. Anyway, until next time.